Hi, I'm Katrina.
I'm Gina.
I'm Christina, and we're the Gorgeous Geeks. And today we're going to talk about something that I guess some geeks have been talking about on vlogs, how they don't like girls who just show up to convention as cosplaying who aren't really into it, I guess.
And they're really just geeks.
They're saying they're just sluts coming up dressed as characters and they're not real fans or something.
From what I'm seeing is that a lot of guys are complaining. And I guess it's maybe, well, not really girls, because girls are kind of getting offended by it because it is pretty sexist. They're complaining about girls. They're just saying they just want to come there. They just want to show off their bodies, you know, and half naked and just walk around, and they're not really fans. I mean, they're complaining. I'm like,
first of all, unless you were like home values or family man dad, I kind of have a hard time wrapping my mind around that.
About guys complaining about half-naked women walking around.
I mean, unless they were like the kind of
but I see
put
these
it
girls.
back on. Like, you know,
I see these girls.
I was at a convention once, and me and my friend made a song called "You're Too Fat for That," and I was inspired by some people on that day.
But you know, I see these people that comes to cosplay. You know, I mean, that do cosplay, come to these conventions. And there's so many people that really like what they're doing, and you know, they take pictures of them.
People get so excited planning these things, making these costumes, and it's an art form. It's like a religion to some people. They prepare these things for a year. They're excited. They plan to go to these conventions. They plan these outfits out. It's like a prom for nerds. You know?
Exactly. That's exactly what it is.
I do know there's some girls who do cosplay professionally that are, you know, just models, or some people who create these costumes or do photography, and they'll have their model friend come in and wear the costume. They won't know anything about sci-fi or comic books or anything like that. Now, those type of girls, you know, okay, so they don't know anything about sci-fi.
Whatever.
But that's not fair to say you're sick of them coming to conventions or anything
these
like that.
conventions exist because people support them. If they're coming to support them, you should be happy that your convention that you like is being supported because people are going.
They're paying money. They're drawing people. They're buying stuff.
They're getting people interested in it. Maybe maybe they'll become real nerds. I don't know. I don't think people should. I mean, these conventions are big spectacles because people enjoy them. Whether people are fans of material or not, I don't think it should matter. Like, people who we know who aren't into that thing at all, they like going to these things. They just enjoy the atmosphere. People go because they're curious. You know, I went to the local one that we have, Motor City. There was an older gentleman, he's like, I've never been to one of these before. He's like, but I will be back again, because he just thought it was fascinating. You know? If people want to come and dress up, what does it matter?
I mean, I know someone who spends a year on her costume. Buying stuff, ordering it, I mean, just sewing it and making it. They put so much into this. And so, I mean, I think part of the reason is so... I guess maybe people just want to be outcast. I mean, people even when we first started doing the whole Gorgeous Geeks thing, like, we were raised on comic books and sci-fi, raised on it. So, so when we started going to conventions, people would be like, "You guys aren't really nerds," and they would like quizzes, like ask us like questions.
Say 5 Marvel female people. I'm like, are you kidding me?
I mean, Katrina could go on King of the Nerds and beat everybody.
I'm not gonna do it though.
I think you should consider.
I don't want to.
I could put in my resume that I worked for Micro Center. I think that'll give me some points.
You think it would?
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, every time they have like questions, Katrina and Christina, we just pop it off, you know. So, and I mean, one reason why we came up with the name with the Gorgeous Geeks, a lot of people think it's because
it has nothing to do with
our looks.
It's about confidence. You know, one of the most gorgeous things that you can wear is a confident smile. You know, as long as you're confident in who you are as a person, you know, and everybody has experienced some point in their life, like, you didn't know exactly who you were, or who you wanted to be, or you know, just kind of you just were discovering yourself or whatever, and you just didn't feel fully confident in yourself. Maybe somebody else is bringing you down.
Right.
But when you have that confidence of who you are, and you know who you are and what you want to do, I mean, then you just have this inner quality that just comes out.
Right.
And
it's beautiful. It's gorgeous. So, I mean, that's why we have the name Gorgeous Geeks, is because it's about, it's about inner beauty. Because I've come across, and just doing it, you come across so many people that were really like closet geeks. They were totally ashamed of the fact, but we were blessed because we grew up in a family where everybody did it.
There are levels of it. There are people who are really into it. There's just kind of into it, who really like the movies but maybe aren't into the books. I mean, there's people who just like video games, and not aren't into that other stuff. If someone takes the time and makes a costume, I think they are special in their own way.
Right.
Even if they didn't make it, if somebody said, hey, they had a friend or a model that said, hey, can you wear this costume? They're still going to this place that, and they're still putting on this costume as another character, whether they know anything about the character or not. That in itself, to me, can still be qualified as geeky, because you're wearing
maybe not hardcore, but I mean, it's geeky.
I mean, there are levels.
There's actors who get paid to do, like Ben Affleck was not comfortable with the whole superhero Daredevil thing, going on, and people heard that and they were upset because you didn't appreciate it or whatever. And you got random people who want to do it, come to conventions and dress up, and now you're complaining about it. It's just. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, my advice to you would be, instead of complaining about it, try and get these people involved. Say, hey, well, do you know about your character, the person you dressed up as? No. Well, hey, did you know this interesting thing about them, or this interesting thing about them?
And it's getting people interested. I mean, for the longest time, one of the most vindicating things that it was, I always got teased by people I went to school with and family members about being involved as far as comic books. I remember one of my aunts, she said, I can't believe your dad got y'all into that stuff. Y'all are too pretty to be going to these things and be calling yourself nerds and geeks. I just got that like a month ago. And so so we always kind of like got trashed for it, not within our immediate family, but like on the with cousins and aunts and things like that. And so one of the most vindicating things was when Avengers came out, and it was like everybody was calling me, was like, well, who was that character at the end, and why was Avengers so great? I said, because of 40 years of backstory, of character development,
that we
and
tried to tell you people
because of nerds,
right?
To become directors,
and so then one of my aunts, the very one who was like, I can't believe your daddy got you into this stuff when that movie came out. Who did she call? She called Dad, and she was like, that movie was so great. And Dad was like, I had been trying to get you for 40 years to read these books, to get you interested in it. And she didn't want to have anything to do with it. And she still thinks it's ridiculous that we're involved and we're doing this. But the point is, you can get these movies, these cosplay girls, this dressing up, this going, it's getting people involved about something that we all love, we all cherish.
Yeah. And so some people might not be on the same level as you. I mean, everybody's on different levels.
Cosplay is a part of the culture. People go there for Artist Alley. People go there for panels. People go there to meet celebrities. People go there to dress up.
Right.
People go there to see people dressed up.
Right.
It's all a part of the atmosphere. I mean, if you see somebody, I don't see why you have the right to go with somebody. If they just want to go there and look great in their bodies, in their costume, I don't see
a problem with it. Whatever.
You know what I think it is? I think it is you have a bunch of guys that see the pretty girls that they never had the guts to talk to when they were in school or in life, and then they get to these things, and you got to realize one thing: if a woman has an attitude like at a place like this, because like women are outnumbered 10-1 at these things.
It depends which convention you go to.
That is true.
It depends what.
But like some of them, like women are outnumbered, and as a woman, if you constantly, it's not that she might be it's not that a woman can be like just a witch or anything, but if you're like constantly having people like come up to you and talk to you all the time, and sometimes like you walk around all day like your feet hurt,
Yeah.
I mean, you could just not be in a good mood. If you see a model unhappy, you know, at the comic convention, it could be because she's been starving herself for 5 weeks to get into the costume. Buy her an ice cream cone.
Yeah. You know, my thing is just, you know, guys, just chill out. Just chill out. Just enjoy the girls. We already know you do. You know, there's lines of you guys around them taking pictures and asking them questions. You know, if they have attitudes, they just have attitudes.
Some
you know?
people are just trolls, especially on the internet, especially on blogs.
Right, that is true.
Some people they just trolls. They just have to complain and be rude.
Yeah.
Yeah, just let the girls be. Just let them do what they do. If they don't want to have a 5-minute conversation with you about the origin of the character, you know, then just whatever. It's whatever. Just move on. It's not that big of a deal.
Right.
Anyways, I'm Katrina.
I'm Gina.
I'm Christina,
And we're the Gorgeous Geeks.